It had been a long day. Jesus had spent hours teaching beside the sea, the crowd so large that he had to sit in a boat while the people listened from the shore. When evening came, he turned to his disciples and said, "Let us cross over to the other side." Obediently, the disciples set sail, leaving the multitudes behind. The sea was calm, the skies dimmed as the sun surrendered the night, and the small boat rocked gently over the waves. Jesus, exhausted from the day's ministry, laid his head on a pillow in the stern and fell asleep. But peace didn't last long. Out of nowhere, a violent storm swept across the Sea of Galilee. The sky darkened, the winds howled, and waves began to crash over the boat. Water poured in faster than they could scoop it out. These weren't inexperienced men. Many of them had lived their lives on this water. But this storm was beyond their strength. The same hands that once skillfully pulled nets were now trembling, clinging to the boat's sides, desperate for survival. Panic seized their hearts. The storm roared, but Jesus remained asleep, still, silent, unshaken. Finally, unable to hold back, one of them cried out over the sound of the crashing waves, "Master, don't you care that we're perishing?" It was a question soaked in fear, but also in longing. They needed hope. They needed help. And Jesus answered, not first with words, but with action. Rising from his sleep, he stood at the edge of the swaying boat, lifted his voice above the chaos, and spoke 3 simple words. "Peace, be still." And just like that, the wind ceased. The waters grew calm. Silence covered the sea like a blanket. The storm that had terrified them moments ago vanished at the sound of his voice. Then Jesus turned to his disciples, not with anger, but with a question that pierced deeper than the wind ever could. "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" The disciples stared at each other, stunned. Their fear shifted, but this time it was not of the sea. It was of the one standing before them. Who is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? This story is more than an ancient event. It is the echo of hope for every soul facing a storm. Life, like the sea, can shift in an instant. One moment you are cruising in peace, and the next, the winds of loss, fear, sickness, or failure rise against you. The boat rocks, the heart trembles, and doubt whispers, "Where is Jesus now? Doesn't he care?" But here is the truth. Even when the storm seems louder than his voice, Jesus is in your boat. He may seem silent, but he is present. He may seem still, but he is sovereign. And when the time is right, he will rise, and one word from him will silence every storm. Whether the storm is around you or inside you, his peace is more powerful than your panic. So, when the waves rise, remember, you are not alone. The one who commands the seas is with you. He is the master of the storm, and at his word, everything must obey. The same Jesus who calmed the sea that night is still calming hearts today. Your fear is no match for his peace. Your chaos is no match for his command. So hold on, lift your eyes, and wait for his voice. The storm will pass, but his presence will never leave.